Good morning and Jai Hind children. I welcome you all in today's live class of biology. Children, we are discussing the chapter respiration. Is it? And in previous class, I have explained you the topic respiration in plants. Okay. As you know that the stomatas which are present on lower surface of the leaf are mostly responsible for exchange of gases. Okay, means the carbon dioxide enters inside the plant's body and oxygen comes out through the stomatas. Okay, but the cells of the roots also need oxygen for respiration. So today we will discuss the topic root respiration. Children, the roots of the cells of the plants also need oxygen to generate energy, and they get this oxygen from air trapped between the soil particles. All right, and that is why we should not overwater potted plant. If we will overwater the potted plant, then what will happen? Yes, the air which is trapped between the soil particles gets removed, and roots of the plants are not able to get sufficient oxygen for respiration. So that is why we should not overwater the potted plants, because the water replaces the air in soil and the roots cannot breathe, and this affects the growth of the plant finally. The mangrove trees. Children, do you know the mangrove trees? The trees which are growing in swampy areas, the area which are filled in water. So the mangrove trees, they are growing in swampy areas, cannot get air from the soil as it is waterlogged. Okay, so they have aerial roots to take in air. The aerial roots are the hanging roots, the roots which are present above the surface, not below the soil. They are present above the soil of the plants, and such roots are known as aerial roots, and these aerial roots help to take the air or oxygen for respiration. All right, children. Now after this we will discuss the relationship between the two important processes of the plants, that is photosynthesis and respiration together. Children, in plants, both the photosynthesis process and respiration process, they occurs during the day. And since photosynthesis is the major activity, more oxygen is released during the photosynthesis than is absorbed during the respiration. Alright, children. As in respiration process, the plants absorb oxygen, so the amount of this oxygen is less as compared to the oxygen which are produced during the photosynthesis. Okay, so you can say that oxygen produced much more in photosynthesis as relation to the oxygen consumed by the plants for respiration process, and therefore there is a net absorption of carbon dioxide and release of oxygen by the plants during the daytime. Alright, children. So in the daytime, the carbon dioxide absorbed for photosynthesis. Whatever it is produced in respiration process, they all get absorbed. Whereas the oxygen which are released by them is sufficient for the process of respiration. However, in photosynthesis, that does not occur in the night time. Is it? You that must know that the photosynthesis occurs only in daytime, because it is a process that can occur when the light is available. So in night, photosynthesis process not occurs. Only the respiration takes place in oxygen and release carbon dioxide at night. So you can say that at night time there is only use of oxygen in respiration process and carbon dioxide produced more, and as the photosynthesis not going to occur at night, so this carbon dioxide not get absorbed by the plant, it get removed out from the plant. Alright children, so there is a relationship between photosynthesis process and respiration. In photosynthesis process, whatever oxygen produced, they are get used up by the plants, and most of them get released into the atmosphere. And at night time, when photosynthesis not takes place, only the respiration takes place, so the plant release carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Alright children, so this is all about the respiration in plants. Okay, now I'm going to start the next part of the chapter, that is respiration in animals. Okay children. Children, the different animals that you must have seen in your surrounding, they have the different ways in which the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide occurs in their bodies. Okay, and some of these ways I'm going to discuss. So the first way by which the some animals take oxygen and remove carbon dioxide is through their cell membrane or skin. So the first way is through cell membrane. Children, in unicellular organism, the organism whose body is made up of single cell, such as amoeba and paramecium, they exchange gases by the process of diffusion through the cell membrane. Okay, the process of diffusion we already have discussed. The exchange of materials takes place with the help of difference in concentration. Okay, and this occurs from higher concentration to lower concentration. So this is the process by which the unicellular organism mainly exchange the gases, and this exchange occurs through the cell membrane. Alright children, and in hydra and earthworm, which are multicellular organisms, the exchange of gases in such animals takes place by the process of diffusion through their moist outer surface. Okay, so these are the two important parts of the bodies in these organisms, the cell membrane in unicellular organism and moist outer surface or skin of some of the animals such as earthworm and hydra. They play an important role in exchange of gases. Get it children? And I'm going to draw the diagram of exchange of gases in amoeba so you can understand it better. As you know that amoeba don't have a fixed body shape. So this is the body of amoeba. This layer is cell membrane, and this cell membrane surrounds the body. Alright children, inside this cell membrane, the different cells organelles like nucleus, cytoplasm and all are present there inside. So at the time of exchange of gases, this cell membrane play the role for exchange of these gases by the diffusion process. as during the respiration, when oxygen get consumed by the cell or by the body, so the concentration of oxygen inside the body get reduced as compared to outside. So the movement will occur from higher concentration to lower concentration, and as a result this oxygen enters in the body. And at the same time, as the process by the process of respiration, carbon dioxide get increased inside the body, and the concentration of this carbon dioxide is less outside the body. So the movement occurs from inside to outside, because outside of the body the concentration of carbon dioxide is less as compared to inside. So this is the way by which the gases, the oxygen and carbon dioxide, get exchanged in the body of amoeba and paramecia. Alright children? And in earthworm and hydra, the same exchange occurs from their skin. Okay, alright. Now, the second way by which the exchange of gases takes place in some of the animals are through the air holes. Okay, children? So, now I'm going to explain the second way. Through air holes, insects such as cockroaches, grasshoppers, etc., they have openings on their body surface, and these openings are called spiracles. What these openings are called, children? Yes, they are called spiracles on their bodies. Alright. Now the air enters through these openings or through these spiracles and reaches all parts of the body through respiratory tubes, which are called trachea. So what the respiratory tubes which are called? They are called trachea. Okay, children? And their branches are called tracheoles. So these are the some special organs are the parts of the body which play an important role in exchange of gases in certain insects like cockroaches and grasshoppers. Okay, children. So you can understood it as, if this is the body surface of the insect, say that cockroaches. So on the surface of the body, they have the small openings, and these openings are going to move inside the body to different organs and divided in many fine branches. So these openings are known as spiracles, and these tubes are known as trachea, and these branches which arises from trachea are known as tracheoles. Get it, children? These three important parts: spiracles, the openings; trachea, the tube-like structure which connects to the spiracles and get divided in many branches. And these branches are tracheoles. And finally, these tracheoles are jointed with the different parts of the body, different tissues of the body where the oxygen moves directly and carbon dioxide moves outside of the body. Okay, so this is the way of exchange of gases in some of the insects through the spiracles, or simply we can say that air holes. Get it today? Now, come to the third way of exchange of gases, and that is through gills. The fishes, they mainly use their gills for exchange of gases, as they have an important organ in their body, that is gills, and mainly this gills is present in the body for exchange of gases. Alright children, and these gills are made up of large number of filaments and richly supplied with thin blood veins, which is called capillaries. Got it? As the water enters through the mouth, it flows over the gills, and the blood in the capillaries absorbs oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide through its walls. And in this way, the gases get exchanged. So you must have seen that in fishes, they have the gills at the back of their mouth. Got it, children? These gills are made up of large number of filaments. If you will open it, so you can see very easily that number of fine filaments are present in it. And in these filaments, very fine blood capillaries are present through which the blood is flowing. So when the water enters through the mouth, as you know that water have dissolved oxygen, so that oxygen rich water when enters through the mouth of the fishes, they comes through the gills, and here the blood capillaries just absorb the oxygen from the water, and at the same time carbon dioxide removed out from the capillaries and get mixed in the water, and then that water comes outside from the body. So when the water enters in the body through the mouth, this time it have more oxygen, and the water that comes outside through the gills, that time it have more carbon dioxide, because the oxygen get absorbed by the blood capillaries. Got it, children? So this is also a way by which the gases get exchanged in fishes, and that is the gills. Okay, now come to the next way of exchange of gases, and that is more important, through lungs. So, children, the fourth way of exchange of gases is through lungs. As the lungs are not found on all the animals, they are found in some animals. Like we human beings have the lungs. Okay, so a tadpole has gills, but as it grows into a frog, it develops air bags, which are called lungs, and these lungs are used for exchange of gases. Alright, children. Though the frogs have lungs, they can also breathe through their moist skin, just like the earthworms. Okay, so you can say that the frogs can breathe by gills, as when they are tadpole stage, they respire through the lungs, and they also exchange the gases through their moist skin. Alright. And the birds and the mammals, they also have the highly developed lungs. where the gaseous exchange takes place. So you can say that the lungs are mainly found in, yes, developed animals like birds, like mammals. Okay, actually the lungs are the bags like structure. The air get enters in it, and as these lungs have very fine blood capillaries, so the oxygen from the air gets absorbed through these blood capillaries, and at the same time carbon dioxide removed from the blood capillaries, and through the lungs they removed out from the body. Got it, children? So the lungs play an important role in exchange of gases in body of mammals and birds. Got it? We will discuss in detail about the exchange of gases through the lungs in the next part of the chapter. Okay, children? Now, after this, we have an activity. As this activity is not the part of the activity syllabus, so I'm going to just explain it here. Okay, I will not demonstrate it because it is not the part of syllabus of activity. Get it, children? Now, in this activity, it is shown that carbon dioxide released in the process of respiration. Get it? And for activity, we need the materials like we need two test tubes. Alright, children? And now name them as test tube A and test tube B. Now, we will pour a little lime water in both the test tubes. Children, do you know that how to prepare lime water? It's very simple. When we are going to dissolve some lime in water and leave it overnight, so the next day you will get the liquid present above and the white substance get deposited in the water. So just very slowly pour that liquid and that will be the lime water. Get it? So we will prepare this lime water and take some lime water in both the test tubes. Alright, children? Now, after that, we will take a small wire gauge. The wire gauge is actually made up of metallic wires. Okay, and we'll take a small size of wire gauge that can fit in the test tube. So here we will take a small wire gauge and we will fix it in middle of the test tube A, not in test tube B. Okay, and insert a small insect, say beetle, on this wire gauge. Okay, so a small beetle, and this is the wire gauge. Get it? So this is the setup for the activity. Now close both the test tubes tightly with the corks. So no air can enter in these test tube. Okay. Now leave both the test tube for some time. Understood? And after that observe it. So you will observe that the lime water in test tube A, it turns milky. whereas the lime water in test tube B remain the same. Do you know the reason? Why? So the reason is very simple. As we have taken a beetle in test tube A, which is an animal, so during the respiration, this beetle has removed the carbon dioxide, and that carbon dioxide, when reacts with lime water, it turns it milky. Get it? Whereas in test tube B, we don't have taken any animal, so there is no carbon dioxide present in test tube B, and as a result, no reaction takes place here, and the lime water remains the same. It not turns milky. Get it? So this activity shows that carbon dioxide released by the animal in the process of respiration. Get it, children? Understood? So I hope that you understood this activity. After this topic, we have the oral questions 1 given in the chapter. So I'm going to discuss the answer of these oral questions. Children, please listen it very carefully. And the question number 1 is, respiration and breathing are the same. Do you agree? Give reason. So children, here it's given that the process of respiration and the breathing, they both are same. Is it? No, they both are not same. They are the different. As the respiration includes taking in the oxygen, utilizing that oxygen to produce the energy, and releasing the carbon dioxide. So this complete process is known as respiration. Whereas breathing is just one of the step of respiration in which exchange of gases takes place. Oxygen takes in and carbon dioxide given out. Get it? So the respiration and breathing are the different process. They are not same. And the reason is very simple. Respiration is the process in which energy produced from oxygen and the carbon dioxide released as the waste material. Whereas in breathing, only the exchange of gases takes place. Okay? Now the question number 2 is, exchange of gases for respiration occurs in both plants and animals. In which of these is the rate of exchange of gases faster? Children, please think about that and then give the answer. Exchange of gases for respiration occurs in both, as you know that, in plants as well as in animals. So, in which of them, either in plants or in animals, the rate of exchange of gases faster? So, children, the answer will be the rate of exchange of gas is faster in animals. Okay, that is why more energy produced in animals. Get it? Now, the question number 3 is, exchange of gases in animals takes place in many ways, as we have discussed already. Okay, so name 3 of them. So, children, what may be the 3 ways of the exchange of gases? Yes, remember that we have discussed today. The first one is through cell membrane. Okay, the second will be through air holes or spiracles. Third one will be through gills. Fourth will be through lungs. Okay, so you can write any three of the ways of exchange of gases. Got it? So I hope that you understood these all answers of oral question. And children, you have to write the answers of these oral questions in your notebook. Okay, so thank you and have a nice day.